Hi, happy day. Hi, happy day. Thank you for visiting my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miriam. My name is Miriam. I am an oracle. I speak with your guides. I speak with the angels. I am a prophet of whatever. You're supposed to be hearing something from my face and head. And so I'm letting my face and head say some stuff to you. It's a snowy day today. It's been snowy days for a while now. It's winter over here in Colorado, and it's winter in the northern hemisphere. It's got me waking up slow, and today they're talking about how time has felt with you lately. Like time has felt like it's going super fast, but going super slow. I think there's this big part of this collective that is being put through this initiation before everybody else, and like having like these weird times. Like you're like, how is January already over? But it's only January. Like each week, you're like, how is it not Friday? But yet it's still January, and it's got this like very strange um, effect on you. Like you're worried that you're gonna run out of time. You're worried that you're, you know, moving too fast. But there is still, yeah. I've been having to say this a lot lately, but you are not running out of time. You have plenty of time to do all the things that you need to do, that you want to do, all that stuff. Okay? You do. Even if you sleep for 5 days straight. I just wasted 5 days. What's that song by Billy Joel? Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. Oh, I mean, I wanted to say the other line, but I ended up saying that. Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. If you're so smart, then why are you so afraid? Hmm. Mm. But take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. You can afford to lose a day or two. Vienna waits for you. Your vacation, your dreams, all of that waits for you. Okay? Before you know it, when you're there, it's as if no time was lost. When you're there, it's as if it's always been that. So, right now, 333, as I say this, if you need to be still, be still. If you need to be doing something, then do something. But right now, the hardest thing for you is to figure out what you actually need. There is so much that you were saying, oh, I need this. I need to go do this. I need to do that. Oh, you know what I really need? I need another color for this. Like, you don't need that. Now, again, you're allowed to want stuff. You're allowed to plan for stuff. You're allowed to have, like, this is my goal to get that. But whenever you say out loud, I need blah, 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 you will be given the opportunity to actually need it. It goes with the whole manifesting your reality. It's a really big, it's a scary thought experiment to think about if everything that you thought of became a reality, because then you're like, oh my gosh, but I just thought of like a man eating dragon and I'm a man, and it's right here, you know. So it's like that would be pretty wild. Now there are certain things that are the reality. Like it's very possible for you to think forever that you are going to be eaten by a dragon, and then somehow it turns out you go to some roller coaster and you fly off the roller coaster and get thrown into the dragon's mouth of this like amusement park and you die on impact. There, you got eaten by a dragon. Even though there was no current real dragon to in sight for them to actually come and breathe fire or whatever they choose to do. I don't know. That might be a stereotype. But whatever. But still, somehow that happened. Now, this ain't no final destination ass shit, okay? Nothing's gonna tell you when you die. Nothing's gonna tell you when death is coming or anything like that. Maybe a doctor will, because it'll tell you when they can tell you when your body's not doing well, when your body's sick. What you looking for? What were you looking at? I don't know. But nothing will tell you when that's coming because it's nobody's business. It's not your business, not their business. Even whenever doctors tell people that they have a terminal illness, they give a range, but they still don't know for sure. Sometimes people fully outlive that. Some people don't even get there. Whenever you're manifesting things, it's how you decide to see your reality. It's how you decide to push through these lies in your head and visualize what is the reality. Because that's a big part of unity. Getting to the point where you can samadhi. And then I thought Sasrahara. I thought Sasrahara first, like the word Sasrahara came out in my head, Sasrahara. So I think working on your Sasrahara is important. That's a chakra. I don't remember which one. Maybe the crown chakra. No, reaching samadhi, reaching unity, reaching understanding of what the reality currently is. 7:47 as I say this. Okay. On my clock. Oh, 7:48. Getting to the and unity is understanding that yes, duality and dichotomy exists and all of that, but it also is a part of the same coin. It is still all one. It is still all one. It is still all one. Everything, even though it is separate, it is still all one. It is still all one. It is still all one. Because it's a cluster of things. Like there is a pile of Tootsie Roll wrappers over there. Okay, there's a pile of them. Yes, I can count them, but there is one pile. And even if there's multiple piles, there's like a hair or something that's just like poking my eye. Even if there's multiple piles, it's all in one room, or it's all on one floor, or there's it's easy to unify so much stuff. It makes it feel like there's this one episode of Futurama where the professor asks Bender to fold 2 sweaters because he had cloned one of his sweaters, so now he has 2 smaller sweaters. And he was like, "You want me to do 2 things?" And so he cloned himself to fold the other sweater. But instead of having the other one do one of the sweaters and he does another sweater, he says, "Hey, you do both sweaters." So then he's like, little Bender's like, "You want me to do 2 things?" And so he clones 2 more Benders. The cloning part's not the big deal. But sometimes you feel like you are the Bender and you're being asked to do 2 things or more than 1 thing. And so you're like, "Well, I need another one of me." But also, if you do 1 thing at a time, you're only doing 1 thing. You're only ever doing 1 thing anyway. No matter how good you think you are at multitasking. I'm not going to argue with you. If you're multitasking, I promise you, you're wasting your energy. If you're multitasking, I promise you, you are working in low vibrations. because you're not multitasking properly. The only way that you're multitasking is like literally by, okay, I started the washing machine, I started the dishwasher, I started the oven. Now, while it's doing its thing, I'm going to go do something else. You are no longer standing in front of the thing that's getting the stuff. You're not doing the pushing the button. You're not making the dishes get washed in the dishwasher. You're off. Or you're letting them soak in the sink for a little bit in the hot water. There it is. Let them soak while you go do something else. That's a multitask. But you doing any more than anything at once, you are breaking a universal law. Because quite honestly, you're shit at it. Did you hear me? You're shit at it. With everything. Like when it comes to multitasking on all of the things. You can't, like it's not even about walking and chewing gum. It's about, oh, well, let me do this. Let me start this project and this project and this project and this project and this project. That's fine. You can have all the ideas. Have them. Put them in one spot. And then go line by line. This is how people actually get successful. This is how people actually feel comfortable in their bodies. And I'm not even talking about, yes, monetary stuff, because monetary stuff's going to come in. It's a result of you living your life the way that you're supposed to. It's like the universe is like, oh, here's points, here's points, here's points. Good job. You achievement, experience points. Like, you get it. And sometimes people are like, take the money or else. They're trying to pay you, and you're like, no. And you're like, take the money. Eventually the universe will just be like, we are back paid. We need to pay you because we are in debt to you at this point. And so, like, this lump sum of something, of energy, money, people, experience, the thing that you're really needing, that you probably don't even know that you need, is going to be given to you. In the meantime, you can do one thing at a time. I promise you'll get it done, and then you'll be able to do the other thing. If you could see the two mirrors of the realities, say you have, I'm not even going to give you a few tasks, so that's just going to be overwhelming for me. But either way, there's the universe where you're a multitasker and you're doing multiple things at once, and then there's a universe where you're doing one thing at a time. And you will actually see, if you were just still you, all the same things, all your same problem solving skills, all of your abilities to juggle. When you are juggling, you're only looking at one ball at a time. You're only looking at one thing at a time. That's the trick. Is like you look up at the top so you know what's coming. But you don't look at your hands. You look at the one thing. You have one focal point. So you're able to focus on lots of things, but one hand is doing one thing, one hand is doing another thing, and it is still different things. Juggling seems like you're multitasking, but you're not. You are juggling. Now you're not doing the other thing because you're actively juggling. How are you going to sew a blanket if you're actively juggling? You're doing something. In the other universe, there's a multitasking one and the non-multitasking one, and this multitasking one, you'll get it done, and you'll feel like you were so fast, and you'll feel like you did so much in the day, so much so that you're exhausted. Maybe you feel accomplished too, because like, oh my gosh, look at how productive I am, but it's not that productive. Really, you're just showing that you're putting in a lot of effort. Because a lot of times people don't even give a fuck if you do a good job. They just care if you just gave as much as you could. That you poured, and your light goes out. There it goes. That you poured as much as you could. That's it. People don't even care if you do a good job. Because if you do a good job and it looked too easy, people are going to resent you. People just want to see that you worked hard. And so that's just multitasking, harebrained, like I'm a freaking Tasmanian devil in a dust cloud. And then there's doing one thing at a time. You get it done faster. You feel more peaceful. You don't feel like you're living in a chaotic life. You stop self-identifying with your neurodivergencies, because I promise you, like, yes, It is all the things exist. Yes, there are truly diagnoses by a bunch of white men who wrote a book about how crazy women and people of color are. I'm not surprised. The DSM-5, all of that stuff, all the psychology stuff is based off of people who had their own mental illnesses, had not even looked into their own egos and their own self yet, thought everybody else was weird, and then wrote it down as to what everything that they thought was weird about it. They say that us saying the truth out loud is weird. How weird for you to be instantly honest and authentic. That's a disorder. No, baby, that's an order. Be authentic, be real. Yes, get bothered by too many things going on because we shouldn't be doing that many things. It's not a disorder. This is the order of things. This is an order of processes. And so when people get abused, they will then have reactions to that abuse. So if you are in a scary situation, a lot as kids, you might have an anxiety disorder as you get older because you've had so much fear. Your body knows how to tap into that quicker to give yourself that boost of adrenaline and get wherever you need to go. Granted, it's at inappropriate times sometimes, but if you're in that time, you can handle those situations. There is so much that we're meant to identify with. Our bodies, our minds, our faith, whatever it is, and that often gets in the way of the learning of ourselves. Because we have already decided this is who I am. It's like the fool who says they know everything. You have just closed off the door to any more learning because you said this is who I am. That's the only path. There is no room for anything else, which quite simply isn't true. So, it's 7:57. I got stuff to do. Yeah. Anyway, I'm cutting this a little short. I might come back to it if it's meant to, but I think that's enough. Much love. In the meantime, lovies, y'all keep a lookout for the numbers and y'all stay synchronized.